So hello everyone that has just joined us or is watching the video. I am Season and I'm joined today by Citanul, and we are casting Western Wolves versus TSM, Team Solo Mid, in the Go4LoL number 81. This is round 7 or 8?
It's 7.
It's 7? It's 7.
Yeah,
Round 7. And I'm pretty excited to cast this one. First ban is going to be Garfizz, which is a pretty good ban. I know that Ranjunal plays a pretty decent one. Aurelia getting banned out. Apparently Darius doesn't want to play against that. Or maybe they are targeting Yamada Cannon. Yamada Cannon is a pretty decent Aurelia, I do know.
I'm actually surprised by the Shen ban from Western Wolves. They actually have first pick and decide to ban Shen. They probably don't want to play him himself, or know that he can get countered by Warwick pretty easily, or don't know how to play him and don't want TSM to actually get to pick him.
And Janna and Shen, yeah, they're just, I don't know, they're getting banned all the time because they're just such good first picks. And I wonder if they're gonna ban out Tabs because or Tabs is Fizz, because Fizz is ridiculously good if played by Tabs, and they're actually not going to ban it out. They might first pick Fizz right here. They're going to ban Alistair actually. So they banned out the two best supports, and they're probably trying to make Western Wolves pick a support or something, so that they can either get the best support in their opinion, or force the other team to get it and not get something they want. They're actually going to pick up Ashe first. Ashe has been doing really well in this tournament, and we're going to see what happens next.
Keox is known for playing very aggressive bot lanes. I think during Kiev era he actually only played MF, a really aggressive bot lane, while Ashe does not have the same steroids that MF has. But he's gonna pick up Shyvana for now for the jungle or the top lane. Not known yet.
And yeah, we don't know that. That's the good thing about Shyvana, and we're gonna actually have a Ryze pickup. I'm pretty sure that Darius doesn't play Ryze, so it's probably gonna be a Ryze mid. Ryze is also a really good hyper carry that's really tanky late game, and it is gonna be a Fizz. I'm really excited. Please lock that in. Tabs' Fizz is so awesome. Come on, look it. So, oh, I sound like Freak. Anyway.
Freak and his Teemo. No, I think they're still undecided on what they're gonna pick. I first saw the Cassiopeia and would be quite happy with Cassiopeia against the Ryze. We saw that before in one of the earlier games today. It should be a decent matchup. But apparently it's gonna be either in the jungle or the top lane, and then a Soraka to go with the Ashe, really a farming lane. Doesn't want to be aggressive. We'll see what TSM actually picks up against that. They'll probably want to play aggressive, something like a Sona MF. Or they want to play another AD carry that wants to farm as well, but they'll have less sustain than a Soraka can give. We'll see what they want, but with the Shyvana, with the Ryze, they're setting up for the late game.
And yeah, they really wanted this. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see which support we're going to have. Oh, it's actually going to be an Urgot pickup, possibly. No Tristana. Okay, we don't know yet, but oh wow, I still have the stacks up. I'm sitting. So the casting LLL tax up. Sorry guys. A Zarek Urgot, that'd be an interesting lane. That could be really aggressive. And no, we're just gonna cast the TSM versus Western Wolves. So it is gonna be a Zarek Urgot lane. That's gonna be very interesting. And actually, there might be a Yorick pickup here. And it is gonna be Tabs. Please look that. Trust me, it's so awesome to watch. He like destroys stuff with it. And I want to know how he loves it so I can learn to play it at some point. Anyway, I think they're going to lock this in. They probably will. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with that Yorick. It's going to be interesting to see. They might just.
They might jungle Fizz. I haven't seen that for a while. I don't know how it's going to work out.
What?
But Yorick's
then Yorick
yeah,
mid or something?
Yeah, actually no clue what they're probably not gonna play that. I mean, Udyr's gonna be in the jungle or top lane. Fizz can be in the top lane. Yeah, they're gonna switch it up.
Ah,
So
Cassio. Come
if they run
on,
with
I want
this,
Fizz.
Cassio will be in the mid, Yorick will be top because his jungle is awful, and Skullomania will be in the jungle on Udyr. Um, TSM still has to pick their top lane or jungle. Shyvana can play both sides.
Okay, so it's gonna be Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia versus Ryze, that'll be an interesting lane. They're both hyper carries, as in they both get a lot of damage late game. But then Ryze gets tankier. I haven't seen Reginald's Ryze enough to know how good he is with it. But he's probably going to be pretty good. No, I'm pretty sure Triple L won that last game. I don't know. So we don't know what Dara's going to play yet. Maybe he'll play Singed. That'd be awesome. We'll see. So,
it could be that they're still picking a jungler and that Darius is gonna play the Shyvana.
yeah, that could work too.
Mundo will be in the jungle, not top lane, I guess, especially against someone as Udyr. Oh no, against Yorick, sorry. It's gonna be, still curious. We'll see how they switch up. Bot lane, Tyric, Urgot, as I said, it's gonna be an aggressive bot lane against a farming bot lane. Once Tyric hits a stun, Urgot can freely launch his Noxious Bomb on it and keep on harassing. Soraka can easily sustain that up. We'll see how it goes.
So we're gonna go over the runes and masteries real quick. Lord Anne is gonna start with armor pen, armor, physical damage, and attack speed, and he's going for the 2190. We're actually gonna go by rolls this time. So Kaox is gonna go with his Urger, and he is gonna have flat MR, flat AD, and flat armor. He's going for the 2118. So yeah, he really needs the mana and the mana regen as Urgot, because Urgot spams spells quite a lot. And next up, the support Lilac with his Soraka is going to start with health, gold per 10, and armor, and he is going for 0921. And Tarek, played by Xpecial, who has clairvoyance, which is interesting because you don't see that too often in the EU on high level, is going to have gold per 10, a lot of armor, and some flat magic resist, and he's going to have 0426, a lot of masteries in the utility tree, being sure to pick up that experience and the bonus experience on champion kills. Yeah, he is expecting to get kills, so he really wants that mastery. So Tabs with his Cassiopeia is going to go for Magic Pen, Magic Resist, Flat AP, and Scaling Health. And he's got 2190. He wants some tankiness apparently. And then Ryze, played by Reginald, is gonna go and have his Baylife page, which is Scaling Health, Flat AP, Flat Magic Resist, tiny bit of flat mana regen, health, and Magic Pen, and he's going for 9021. Next up is Yamada Cannon with his Yorick, and he's gonna go for movement speed, flat magic resist, flat AD, and flat armor, and he's gonna have 2190 masteries. No utility 3 mana regen for him on his Yorick. I've seen that happen from time to time. No, I don't want to go to Team Settlement. I want to go to Runes. And he's got his anti-AD page, apparently. He's got armor pen, flat health, scaling magic resist, some flat AD and armor, and he's got 2190 Darius does with his gangplank. And last are the junglers. We've got Skullomania, and he's gonna have movement speed, attack speed, and armor, and his masteries are going to be 01713, not maxing out any trees. And last up is the odd one with his Shyvana jungle, and he's going to have scaling MR, physical damage, and armor with a 9210 mastery page. Okay, so we've got 30 seconds left. Is there anything that You want to
Yeah,
point out?
I'm just looking at Skullomania's masteries. He's 0, 17, 13 as you pointed out. But he has 5 points in the utility tree in the tier 1. He opted to go Summoner's Insight, Improved Flash, then the 3 points in the extra mana per level. But then actually when the 5th point in Improved Recall, which could have been spent somewhere else, like Vigor in the defense tree with health regen, or extra gold per 5, or even increased vision on wards, I think that should be more effective than the reduced recall time.
The reduced recall time does really add up though, even if you're in the jungle, because you get back to base and thus back into the jungle or lane really quickly. It actually adds up quite a bit. But let's look at skins. Wow, they're loading really quickly. So it's 5 skins up top and 2 skins, no, 1 skin down at the TSM side. So TSM definitely losing his screen in skins.
Yeah, but you can't blame him for that though. They're actually North American players. They have an account. Their main account is North America. They switched to Europe like a few months ago. They probably don't want to spend a lot of RP or don't actually have a lot of RP on these accounts yet. Just their main characters and not wanting to spend that RP on extra skins. It'll come in the future. Like you see, Urgot already has the new skin, pretty skin by the way, on Chaos.
I've not seen that one yet. Ooh, it looks pretty cool. It's got rockets and stuff. So we've got a good luck being thrown down, and
I don't think Gangplank Divers is gonna be able to win against Yorick. Yorick real strong, actually opting for the Cloud 5, so really building against that Gangplank. But once Yorick gets a few levels, he's gonna be able to sustain all the rest from Gangplank, while Gangplank probably gonna build Wriggles, needing to have that sustain against Yorick. To not be pushed out.
Yeah, but the thing is, Yorick is like, there's very little that beats him. I can't actually think of anything that beats him except for maybe Shen or Trundle. He's just really hard to beat. The thing is that he's not like the best late game top there is. But
Yorick actually scales from power of your AD. The ulti from Yorick is actually the main reason why you should pick him, besides his strong laning phase. And his constant poke and harass, the AoE slow, the heal. But his ulti, being able to revive Ashe, will be a big deal.
Yeah, one thing to point out though is that the team of TSM is ridiculously tanky. There is no one in their team that's not tanky. I mean, the least tanky person will probably be Xpecial. And even Tarek, like, he gets inbuilt armor. So they're gonna be really tanky late game. And that's going to really help them in the team fights. They're going to be able to to hold out really long. And Renegade is going to start, or Renegade, the odd one is going to start at his Wraiths. And Skullomania is going to start
already
at his
picking
Wolves.
the raids, or trying to at least, actually not managing. Urgot's... What is Urgot doing? Is he going mid or is he going top?
I don't know, but I know that Darius and Reginald are apparently going for blue or something. Oh, it looks like they're going to put Darius down bottom and have a double lane top against Yorick. But Yorick can just lane switch. I don't know how well this is going to work. With a blue buff, Gangplank will be able to do pretty well down bottom. He actually started with Cloth Armor and 5. That explains the Cloth Armor and 5. And they're actually going to go aggressive on Yamada Cannon immediately. Yamada Cannon already getting low. And Darius is going to be level 2 before he's even in the lane. And he's lost some CS, but it's not too
There's
much.
some action in the purple jungle. Skullomania already finding the odd one, Renegade here in the jungle, managing to escape, but gonna lose a big raid to do this. A nice invade by Skullomania here.
Yeah, that's just
and
Western Wolves is playing.
Oh
wow!
Yeah.
Just in time to see him die. The Tarek Urgot lane is just really aggressive, and both sides are actually playing very aggressively at the moment. And they're actually going to let Lord N 1v1 against Darius. I don't know if that's the best idea though.
It's wanting to kill that Cassiopeia. He's probably going to flash stun, but if Taps is fast enough, he can flash out. There's it is. If there's a stun, this snare, not going to be enough damage though. The snare and the stun were stacked on each other. Not enough Shane CC actually being on top of each other. If they timed that a bit better, the stun earlier or the snare earlier, that would have been a different story. Meanwhile, Soraka already being top. Ashe recalled, going top right now. They're switching up again.
And the odd one is going to go and steal that red buff from Skullomania. Skullomania is not going to be able to do much because Stabs can't help him because he is way too low. And right now, yeah, they're going to switch up, and now there's going to be the Bruisers are going to be bot, and the AD carry plus support are going to be top. You usually don't want to do that because the reason that people run AD carry and support bot is because you want 2 people bot for the dragon control. If anyone is wondering why they do that, and I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I mean, it doesn't really matter if the other team also has a 1-person bot, but this means that their tactic of denying the enemy top is not really going to work. And Darius is actually doing really well against Lord M because he did have that blue buff and he was able to sustain with his heal and just use his Q all the time.
Not only that, but the death of Yorick actually put him behind him level. Darius being 4.5, Yorick being 3, close to being 3.5, but being a full level behind. Also having a death, having less farm. It's not going to be easy for Yorick to come back from this, but once he gets those levels, it's not going to matter as long as Ashe is farmed, if Ashe manages to pick up a lot of farm. Yorick's gonna be able to scale from that with his ult. But let's check CS. 22 on Ashe, 28 on Urgot with a kill. So Urgot is ahead. Actually gonna recall, even though Shyvana is there. And Urgot already being tanky from his ulti. Yeah, actually recalled while Shyvana was there. I think that's a bad communication. Maybe Shyvana just wants to defend the tower and gets the extra XP while Urgot... Oh no, they're gonna lane swap again.
Skullomania is looking for a gank in mid. He is gonna go in right now and he's gonna flash Bear Stun. And Dom there is going really... Wow, Reginald got melted there. That was ridiculous. Well done by Western Wolves there. The Phoenix plus Cassiopeia burst was just too much right there. And he just went down instantly. And Darius did go top as you predicted. But I think that Western Wolves is just going to lane switch as well.
Yeah, but I think Gangplank, thanks to his race morale, he's going to be faster in lane than Yorick is going to be. Yorick doesn't even have boots, while Gangplank does have boots meanwhile.
Yeah, and
so
Gangplank is already level 6, and Yamada Cannon only just got level 5, so he's going to be behind a bit in that.
And if they're going to keep on lane swapping, it's going to be able to come on ahead for TSM because they have...
Skullomania is going to go in for Chaos right now. Chaos is going to be getting a lot of damage on him. He might actually go down right now. No, he's not, but he is going to have to flash away. Well done by Western Wolves there. The Urder is really helping the lanes. He actually got Berserker Greaves to do more damage. That's kind of funny. And you usually don't see that on Urder, especially not on Phoenix Urder. And he's going to be a bit of aggressive on Chaos, but Chaos is going to be outranging him, so he can't really do that much.
And the swap already happened again. Ashe, Soraka, now already bot. Soraka actually healing Skullomania while he was recalling. Waste of mana in my opinion, and the cooldown. Meanwhile, vision wards being placed everywhere, trying to counter ward each other. Meanwhile, Dyer's happily farming on top, pushing the creeps into the tower.
And that's going to give him a lot of experience advantage because that was quite a lot of experience that was taken there at the tower by the tower.
Meanwhile, Blue has respawned. Taps picking up there. It's not going to be contested. Easy pickup. Shyvana being on a red. Blue still up. They not gonna try to make a play at this. No, they're behind. So yeah, they're not in position even. But once they notice, if Shyvana is gonna go top to gank, they'll probably go for Dragon or try to invade that blue. Tariq actually CVs their blue, making sure that it's not being taken, and Shyvana is gonna roam bot to be able to give that blue to Rice, who takes some poison damage in mid. Meanwhile, bot lane, some just more farming going on. Soraka sustain being better than the Tariq sustain, but Tariq being a level ahead on Soraka. Urgot just hitting 6. If Shyvana comes to gank, she'll be able to initiate from the Urgot ult, we can just ult Ashe in. Ashe has no mobility besides just trying to kite. There's the ulti. Shyvann's gonna come in. She flashes out, gets the Dark Sun on her. Shyvana ult, she's gonna die. Meanwhile, Urgot gets exhausted. Shyvana's gonna keep on chasing Ashe, trying to put away the focus from Soraka. But yeah, Ashe dies to Renegade, who just follows it up. They can Dragon from this, I think, but they're not gonna, it seems.
No, I think they're just gonna push the lane out before they go for Dragon, which is usually a good idea, but no, they're actually not gonna go for Dragon. The thing is that Reginald is pretty low, and Saps is actually beating him in the lane at the moment, so he has to pick up that blue buff, otherwise he's definitely not gonna survive this. He had to pop his ultimate earlier to sustain a bit, and still got below half health thanks to Saps. Saps is a Raz. So I think that's why they didn't go for Dragon. Saps was in a way better position than Reginald was.
If you check farm, Dyrus on Gangplank has 83, Yorick has 43, being behind 40 farm, all out almost 2 kills. Well, it's more than 2 kills being behind, mainly due to those lane swaps.
Yeah, but the thing is that Saps is 30 or 40 CS ahead of Reginald, so that kind of evens out, and Ashe is at the same CS, so in the end they're actually kind of equal on CS. The thing they're losing on is that... Wait, huh? They're losing on gold somehow. I mean, it's only 1 kill.
Yeah, but the TSM did get the first blood, which is more gold, also with the assist.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
And meanwhile, Dyer's gonna be ganked. Both Cassiopeia and Skullomania are there.
Skullomania is
away.
Not gonna be
They're not gonna dive 3 towers deep. So they think the better of that, but they're gonna be able to push down this tower if they want to. It's being pinged at least.
The thing is that TSM in the meantime is gonna be able to pick up Dragon pretty much for free because there's no one there to contest that. I mean, Chaos is gonna be able to keep Lord Anne in the lane, and there's no wards, so they don't even know it probably.
And Gangplank using his ult to clear the creep wave on top, not actually able to push the tower. They'll try to push this minion wave, and I don't think GP on his own can defend this, so they will lose this tower, but was a bit delayed. Meanwhile, Ryze managed to farm up in mid, catch up on that loss he has. Shyvana already picking up a fast Oracle, already has the Wriggles and the tier 1 boots.
And Dara's actually gonna face check this brush if he actually does. Wow,
yeah,
Yamada Cannon could have
no
just stood there. Yeah, Yorick has no. The Yamada Cannon didn't have any mana, so he could have actually 1v1'd him. But Skullomania was too close. He's also a level ahead, so he can definitely 1v1 him.
Meanwhile, some invasion from Ryze become the raids.
Skullomania is in position to go and get him right now. Nope, there's
Cassiopeia is too far ahead though, but they will follow up on this with red buff. They will be able to perma-slow him. Flashes out. Skullomania is still going in, being snared again. Tarek being there, Shyvana being there. Shyvana still having that Oracle, not wanting to try to even fight. Meanwhile, Dyer's on top. See, this is what I mentioned in the earlier game. If you push the tower down this early, he can just freeze lane right now and just stand there farm while Yorick has to roam, not being able to farm. And he's already behind. I mean, he's 59 CS. Gangplank has 104, and he will be getting more CS. Dyrus will push out his lane though, and meanwhile mid tower falls down again with a 3-man push with only Shyvana being there to defend.
Yeah, the thing is, they are giving Dyrus pretty much free farm, but they're taking towers, which means that they will have map control later on. In mid game they will have a lot of extra map control because they did push down towers, and it's going to give them a bit of a gold advantage as well. I mean, they're still behind in gold because of the dragon pickup. Still though, oh, another thing. Oh, there's going to be an engage on Ashe. No, it's not going to be much.
No follow-up though.
But what I was going to say is another thing that you have to take into account for the gold, which explains why they have so much more gold, even though they're kind of equal. Actually, there's going to be an engage on Lord Anne. Lord Anne getting quite low. Here comes Reginald. He's getting Ashe arrowed in the face though, but he's still going to go down. Linak getting really close to death as well. Especially going to tank that tower, and Chaos going to be picking up that kill. Yeah, there you go. And especially really close to death, but he is going to be able to survive. What I was going to say is that they had way more assists. You can't really see that anymore, but they had like 2 or 3 assists on every single kill. And that's why, well, on both kills. So that's why they had more gold, even though they had only 1 kill more. So anyway, they're gonna go and retreat right now. Special gonna just recall in this brush. Don't know if that's the best idea.
Meanwhile, Cassiopeia roaming bot, maybe looking to pick up some kill. Thinks the better of it, but actually waits for blue. Do they have the timer of it? I don't think so. They probably estimated it would be around the same time as their blue, but that's not true. Meanwhile, walks through ward, and Rice will know what's up, where Cassiopeia is.
Didn't Western Wolves pick up that blue?
No, Shyvana gave it to Rice.
Oh
they
yeah,
did not
true.
steal.
Yeah, but they knew it. They knew it was going on, so they probably do have its armor.
Yep.
I think.
But then what was Cass doing there, though? I mean, she was just roaming, hoping to catch someone out, but that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, they had a really rough armor.
Bit ill-placed at the moment. Get his CV. They know Straka is there. Straka just plays a ward. Renegade's gonna clear that one up.
Wow, do you see that insta-kill of a ward?
Yeah, twin bite of Shyvana resets auto
Q.
attack, double attack. You can actually kill a ward with it before it becomes invisible if you're fast enough.
I know.
They're gonna pick up this blue though. There's no contesting this. They're gonna be too slow for it.
Gets picked up by Skillamania though because they don't trust the taps first. And there might be a fight right here. Chaos is in a pretty good position right now to beat them. There comes the Ash Arrow. Cassiopeia doing massive damage though.
Being blown. I think this should be the time for TSM to actually fight.
And there comes the engage. Skillamania getting attacked. Red, other one is gonna go for Yamato Cannon. Tap's getting really low. He's gonna go and kill though. He's gonna respawn thanks to Yorik's ultimate though, so that means that he's gonna continue doing damage. Skillamania is gonna go down, and he might be able to kill Dom or Reginald here. No, he's not. Is he? Yes, he is. He is gonna pick that up with the last seconds of his ghost. And if they had killed the old one, it would be an equal trade, but they lost 1 more than TSM did, so that wasn't quite the equal trade.
Yeah, if the odd one died, it would actually be better for Western Wolves, because the odd one has an Oracle that would be 400 gold wasted. But I think they used the Azure, they used Cassio to no effect. The team fight didn't start there. He didn't stun any person with the Cas ult, just doing some damage. And then TSM realized 2 ults are down. We can easily win this. It wasn't that easy as they expected it would be. Chaos falling quite rapidly, and then Cassio being revived with the strength of the Oracle, and Urgot ult already being used bottom before, not being up during that fight. It's up now, so. Meanwhile, the odd one picking up some wards gets caught by Cass and Yorick. No action though. Skillamania being there as well. 4 people of Western Wolves are bot. Ash being the 5th, so maybe Dragon is soon. I didn't mention the timer. Dyrus has teleport, so he will be able to just split push this. We'll see what's going on, but they're all in position for Dragon with Dyrus split pushing with the teleport up.
And Western Wolves actually gonna go for this tower first, and there's gonna be a lot of poke from Chaos though, which is gonna really help them defend this, but it's not gonna be enough, and this tower's gonna go down. They're actually gonna ultimate Yamato Cannon. Yamato Cannon getting really low instantly, already dead. They're gonna kill this tower though, and they're gonna kill Chaos and X-Special. They already killed the old one. Darius is here now, but he's too little too late, and he's getting slowed a lot. He will probably go down as well. Actually, Skillamania is going to flash and go for Reginald. It's not going to be enough though. Darius might just survive. Yes, he is going to survive because Stabs was They're going to turn around. They might be able to do something because Stabs is and really low, and Skillamania is too low to do anything as well. Lord Hand is also They're way too and TSM might be going for this dragon right now. I mean, they probably could. It was a 2 for 2 engage exchange?
No, 1 for 2. Western Wolves actually came out ahead on that, only losing Yamato. We actually ulted himself, so could do some stuff in the team fight. Meanwhile, TSM lost Urgot, lost Shyvana, and lost that Oracle. So that was actually bad initiate. TSM started that fight with 4 people, Dyrus not teleporting yet, being way too late in the fight. But they managed to pick up Dragon from this uncontested, so in the end they come out ahead, even though they lost the tower, but those it's not a lot.
Well, the tower was going to go down anyway, so that initiate was actually a good idea in the end. I don't know if it was all planned out and calculated, but I don't know. I think Yamada Cannon, his reflexes were just really good because he got ulted by Urgot, and he ulted himself just in time to be able to still do damage and slow people out. So that was really well done by him. And right now blue is going to be picked up by Tabs.
Yeah, ult on Yorick, ulting yourself on Yorick is not actually the thing you want to do. But if you're the first focus, it's better than ulting no one. So ulting himself was a good decision, very clutch decision, very fast, got melted instantly after the ult from Urgot, but managed to ult himself, do some damage, do some harass during the team fight, and actually came out ahead on the team fight. Meanwhile, X Special picked up his own Oracle, Shyvana didn't pick up his. I'm looking around on TSM, if they have another Oracle, oh yeah, it's X Special on TSM, whoa. I'm not following.
And they're actually going to go for
Dyrus
Dyrus right now. Dyrus is going to ult on himself to try and get away. He is going to use his raise morale as well. Is he going to be in time though? He's not going to be in time. And here comes an arrow. It's actually going to stun him in the Cassiopeia as poison, but it's not going to be quite enough.
And Gangplank got out as well on top. So a lot of action going on all over the map, but not any kills. Lots of ult being blown, I think.
TSM is going to be able to pick up this tower pretty much for free because they knew that two people of Western Wolves were at top. So that's an uncontested mid tower, and at the moment there's 4 outer towers down on the map. So Western Wolves is actually in a better position map control wise because they don't have towers to be scared of in the outer ring of the map, and they're actually going to go for this blue right now. I don't know if we're going to be able to properly engage on it though, because the blue is de-aggroing, and they're going to be attacking Chaos. Chaos getting quite low, has to retreat, and they cannot go back for this blue because they're way too low. Yamada Cannon picking up that blue, I don't know if that was planned, because Tabs' blue is almost done. But, you know, a Yorick with blue is pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's more about denying the blue from Rise than actually picking up the blue for themselves. It was uncontested though, but they might have been afraid. They have no Oracle, so it could have been warded, could have been smited through the wall. They had no vision, they have one ward themselves, but not enough to fully see everything. So I think it's just, yeah, pick up the blue, don't matter who gets it, just pick it up. They weren't, TSM not in the position to fight. About the towers though, I mean, yeah, Western Wolves is up ahead on towers, has more map control at the moment, but still down on gold due to kills, due to dragons, and just in general farm. If you look at Gangplank having 199, Yorick having 112, Rise still behind on Cassio by not
quite
the same amount, but still 50.
And also 20 behind on Ashe versus Urgot being 20 behind. So yeah, I think Western Wolves is like equal in farm, maybe even ahead a bit. Then again, the odd one is out farming Skillamania. People usually ignore the farm in the jungle, but that's actually quite important. Then again, yeah, I think overall the farm is pretty much equal, but those kills on TSM and especially the dragons are really helping them. At the moment, there's not much that Western Wolves can really do. I mean, they do have superior map control. They can't really do much with it. I mean, they were able to pick up the enemy blue buff because they didn't have those towers to worry about. They could actually chase a bit as well. But they can't really do much with their map control at the moment. They don't have a lot of map vision. They've got better map vision than TSM actually. TSM has a ward here and here. Western Wolves has a ward at Baron, ward at Dragon, ward here. Enemy jungle, ward in their own jungle. So they have better map vision at the moment. They don't have they do have an Oracle actually now on Soraka. Soraka not in time to clear that ward.
Just expires it for the last hit. Must be a set Soraka thinking, hey, I have 25. Oh, initiate on Rise. No one there to protect the down beer. Trying to flash over the wall. Maybe it's gonna be too late. Maybe it's gonna be followed out, but he's gonna escape. Nice initiate, nice calm reaction from Reginald, walking to the wall, flashing over. it's wise not to flash over as Casio. Yeah, you might get killed, but you have no clue who's behind the wall.
And there's actually going to be a
that.
Gangplank ultimate. It's just... Oh, actually, there's going to be a swap in, and Linak is going to go down to the tower almost instantly. Reginald getting really low thanks to Skillamania, though, but Skillamania not quite able to actually pick up the kill. So that was a 1-for-0 there. Really close to getting Reginald, then it would have been worth it for sure. But
Yeah,
it's not going to
Reginald
quite
was
happen.
already low from that Cassiopeia. It was 3 versus 4 and still Chaos initiated. It was on Striker though, not so tanky, and they lost their Oracle. Let's see if she actually picks up another one. Doesn't look like it. Does she have the gold for it? No, she does not have the gold for it, so there won't be an Oracle if she did. Versus another Vision Ward, probably gonna play that near Baron soon. Dragon's gonna be up soon as well, I think. KO just standing there in ward at half HP, but no one from Western Wolves to actually capitalize on that.
So, at the moment, Darius is having a ridiculous amount of farm. I just want to point it out.
Yeah, he's just going.
Ridiculous. And he's going for the Frozen Mallet and Atmas build. So he's going to do a lot of damage, and he's going to slow a lot because he also got red buff. So basically, he slows from red buff, he slows from his passive, and he slows from Frozen Mallet as soon as he gets that.
Yeah,
that's a ridiculous amount of slow. That's like almost a snare.
They're gonna do Dragon. It's gonna be contested, but TSM is a bit split. I don't know if they can actually contest it this way. KX is half HP. They have no vision because of that vision ward in the bush. And not sure if they actually want to initiate it. I think it's a bad idea, but they are. And I'm gonna leave it to you.
And there's going to be an Ash Arrow right on Urder. The old one is going to get ulted by Cassiopeia. One person though, he's going to have to flash out, Saps does. And there goes Kaox though, and Reginald going really low. Reginald is going to go down. Shyvana is going to go down really quickly. He didn't have his ultimate, that was a big problem for him. Dara's going in, 1v5, not going to quite happen. Yamada Cannon is going to flash after him. And he is going to be able to do a lot of damage on Darius, but Darius is slowing for a lot. It's not going to be quite it is going to be enough. And that was what I was talking about. That slow is ridiculous. Express is going to be able to get away from there as well. So that was a 2-for-0 exchange. And they got a free dragon and the blue of TSM. And that blue is actually a pretty big deal. They're going to get a tower as well. And that tower means... like, that's even more map control than the other towers. Because now they can actually do blue. And as soon as TSM... they're not going to pick it up. So never mind that. But if they did, if TSM went for blue, they could actually chase and not worry about the tower.
Yeah, and Western Wolves is up ahead in gold right now. Due to that teamfight, due to the dragon, they had the 2.5k gold disadvantage. Actually managed to pick it up right now. But as I said, KX was at half HP. Shyvana apparently didn't have her ult there. I didn't notice that. And they were split. I mean, they should just said, we're ahead, we don't care about this dragon, we're still ahead afterwards. We're not in a position to fight this and try to go for another objective. But they didn't, they decided to fight it and paid the price for it, lost 2 people, lost the dragon, and now they're ahead again, probably due to picking up some farm. But it's close at the moment.
Yeah. One thing I want to point out is that Saps actually missed his ultimate. He only got it on the odd one. I mean, it's okay to get the ultimate on one person, but he only slowed the odd one. I mean, that's not the best ultimate. But a big problem for TSM was that the odd one didn't have his ultimate, and Shyvana without an ultimate is actually a lot less effective than a Shyvana with ultimate. Because she'd miss a lot of AoE damage, and he also didn't have the pushback, which is actually kind of a big deal. It's not that much of a big deal, but it's pretty useful. And Reginald just melted instantly. He was in the middle of them as well. I didn't even see him. I just saw his name and his health bar disappearing.
Yeah, Ash was just having 3 shots on him. Ash already having that Infinity Edge, going for a Last Whisper now, because of course the enemy team is real tanky. While Urgot is just Brutalizer, probably gonna pick up that Frozen Heart. Had a lot of magic resist though. Mercury threats, which I think is normal on Urgot because you do a lot of more damage from spamming your Mercury. Meanwhile, some action on Skullmania in the top mid.
Skullmania is getting initiated upon, but he's really tanky, he doesn't really care, and here comes the ultimate on him as well. Zaps is going to be switched, and he is going to not survive. He is going to go down. Finally, Ash arrow, but Ash is just not there, so it's a 5v4, and that's why they're losing. They're actually going to pick up 2 kills, though. And when Ash comes in, she might be able to clean up. Old One getting really low. Xpasho is going to go down for sure, though. Old One got away. Actually, flash from Xpasho might save him. Amazing escapes from TSM in this game, and Lilac has to exhaust Darius to get him away from his face. Darius has to W out and then just goes and farm. Xpasho is actually going to get away, so that was a 2-for-2 exchange. Extremely good escapes from TSM all around. Those flashes over walls were just really good.
Ash wasn't actually present in teamfight, she just used her ult. Yurikold was on Udyr because he was about to die. They then started to ignore Udyr. Yurikold never went off of Udyr as Udyr died afterwards. So a lot of things went great for TSM. I mean, 4 versus 5, Yurikold not being that effective, and still it was only a 2-for-2 trade. I'm having the feeling that Western Wolves is actually gonna better in team fights at the moment, even though the gold is the same.
Yeah, the gold is actually the same now because they were behind like 3 or 4k, and they've actually gotten all the way back, so they're doing really well in these team fights. And I don't know if the Yorick ultimate would have been on Zaps, which would have probably been better because Skillamania, I mean, he was below half health, but he's Udder, so if he's below half health, he's still higher health than Cassiopeia basically.
Yeah, but the team fight originated from Skullomania being caught there. Ward from TSM stands there. Skullomania got snared by Rise, and they initiated off that. So Yorick just altered the Nude that was half HP, making sure that he could go into the fight without any fear of dying. And then TSM decided to ignore it. They not wanted to pop that ulti, which is kind of strange though, because they just gave him free DPS.
And it looks like Reginald is going to go for a Frozen Heart, and Chaos actually went for a Guardian Angel. Lilac keeps getting the wards they put down, and actually is gonna, wow, nice swap there, just in range. Well done by Chaos. He was slowly getting into position and then did it. And they're actually gonna be able to, were they gonna try to go for Baron? Not really though, they were just pretending. Problem is that the old one is not close enough, and he's actually popped his dragon, so he's not gonna have dragon in the next team fight again. I don't know why he keeps popping that for no reason. And they are not forcing a fight or anything, so they're not really using the fact that they've got one man down on the enemy team. And at the moment, there isn't a real gold advantage. I mean, 200 gold that's nothing. That's like 1 or 2 waves.
Yeah, meanwhile, Shyvana's roaming bot, trying to pick up the farm. Ash is following, noticed Shyvana going there from the ward near Dragon, I think. Will push that way back, defending this tower. I don't think they actually had, that TSM had to initiate to start a 4 versus 5 fight. There's no global objective being present to be contested, and I don't think Western Wolf would have contested it anyway with a 4 versus 5. Was a nice play from Urgot, from Chaos though, knowing that Soraka would go for it and then swapping. Meanwhile, Rice picking up the blue. Some resetting going on, but it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, so both teams are just gathering strength at the moment. They know there's gonna be a fight at Dragon because it just spawned. They both had its armor, and they're going to kill this ward over here. Well done by Western Woods. They're gonna pick that up pretty much for free. TSM not in a position to contest that, and there's actually a kind of a lead now. It's like almost 1k, so that you could call that a lead. But
yeah, it's a lead, but not a big lead, not really relevant at this moment. I find it odd that TSM actually didn't know the timer or didn't want to contest it, while the last time they shouldn't have contested it, but actually did. So yeah, they're behind now. But we'll see how it goes. I think they have a strong late game, especially with Rise, with Urgot being taken, still being able. Flash there, trying to flash the snare, but
didn't quite work out for him.
Range. Azure is probably going to be fired to start fight. No, they decided against it.
Yamada Cannon isn't close enough, so he had to push back top because there were like 3 waves there, and there's not going to quite be an initiate. Almost look like it now. Darius is just so far ahead of everyone. He's got like almost 300 farm, and there's people that haven't crossed the 150 mark yet.
Yeah, but if you look at Rise versus Casio, that's quite a gap as well. I mean, Yorick, yeah, he doesn't have as much farm as Gangplank, but he doesn't need as much farm as Gangplank. I mean, his ulti, if he puts it on Ashe, it's gonna double the farm from Ashe at like 1.
And actually, Ashe has 100 CS more than Urgot as well, so they're actually, wow, they're actually way ahead in farm.
Yeah, I actually think, okay, Darius put a lot of farm.
Okay, so Darius is 100 ahead.
Then Cassio and Ashe, especially since the Oracle is gonna be on Ashe or Cassio.
Let's think about this. Okay, so Darius has 100 farm more than his counterpart, and then Tabs has about 80 more, and Lord N has about 70 more, something like that. No, 80 more. So they are actually ahead in farm. Right,
I'm getting notifications that my voice is not coming through properly. Is it okay in your end or?
It's okay in my end. We'll look at this after this fight. Darius is actually pushing down bot, and he is going to teleport on the ward right now. Baron is not really going to be taken by Western Wolves, and it might be a really bad position. Lord N is going to get swapped, but he's going to run away. There's going to be a big fight. I can't really see much. I know that Chaos is going pretty low, so is Lord N though. He is going to go and get his Yorick ultimate on him though. Guardian gets popped, and there goes Darius. Darius really low. Tabs is doing loads of damage though, and they're going to get and pick up 4 kills and pick up this dragon, no problem. Only Expression left. He's not going to be able to contest that. That was a great fight for Western Wolves. The double Ashe really did help them. Ashe dying as well, but just going and...
Yeah, it was a nice initiate from Urgot. They're going to pick up Baron here uncontested. I don't think Expression is even going to try to steal that. It's not going to happen anyway. It was a nice initiate from Urgot, but Ashe immediately flashed out. There was no follow-up from TSM, and they still initiated from that. Only Ashe died and got revived, as you said, by the Yorick ulti. In the end, 144 trade and the Baron. I think Western Wolves is ahead by like, it's 4k at the moment.
yeah, that's a proper
They
advantage.
seem to have a stronger teamfight potential.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that while TSM is really tanky, they all have to get so close, and with Cassiopeia and Ashe, there's just enough damage to go right through it. They don't really give a shit. And like Lord N, he doesn't have Baron buff, so that might be a slight problem when they actually decide to push, but it's not that much of a problem. And
some playful banter going on in the chat.
is there? I turned it off. Wait.
Oh, okay.
I'll turn it back on just to see it.
No, it's just Dire saying
Yamato
Yamato.
Cannon.
And
I'm sorry I did for this on your birthday.
Darius' birthday.
Poor Darius. Okay, so okay, so yeah, the thing is in the team fights that they have a double Ashe or just someone else that gets ulted, and I think a big part of it is as well. Oh, there's gonna be an Ashe arrow. Ah, that comes right on the Banshees. Poor Ashe. Didn't quite arrow someone in the knee. Anyway, what I was gonna say is that the thing is that Taric is a lot worse than Soraka in teamfights. I mean, yes, he gives some AP and he gives AD. He pulls away some armor as well, but that's not really too much considering Soraka heals for what? Let's see, 350. She heals for 600 on one person, and then 300 on all the other people as well. Plus the fact that her armor buff is ridiculous. It's 125 armor on one target. Like, that is so much more utility in a team fight. I think that's a big part of it. People usually ignore supports, but that's such a big part of them winning the fights. It's just that they have so much more sustain in the fights. And they're actually tankier than, like, specific people in Western Wolves are more tanky than their counterparts. And obviously Tabs is also pretty tanky at the moment with his Rylai's. He hasn't got a Ravenous. He does have a Void stuff though. That's kind of interesting. You usually see them go for Ravenous before a Void stuff.
But I think it's due to the general tankiness on TSM. I think only Gangplank doesn't have any MR, but Urgot picked up the Guardian Angel, has Merc Threats, has the bonus from his ulti. Same for Shyvana, has the Merc Threat, has a bonus from her ulti. Ryze having the Banshees, having the Merc Threat, and Tariq with the Aegis giving the general MR. I think actually building Wojciech on Casio is the correct choice because TSM is so tanky.
Yeah, so I don't know what Western Wolves is doing at the moment. Their Baron buff is almost over. They did pick up 2 towers with it, so they made it worth it. They're not really doing that much with it though. It's gonna be down in a few seconds. Well, it's gonna be something like 20 seconds or something.
Meanwhile, Ash just picked up more farm, picked up red, has the green bot for an impending team fight. Urgot, as an Urgot, is just building tanky with the brutalizer, not building any damage items. Ash has the Infinity Hitch, has the Phantom Dancer, has the Last Whisper. It's gonna do a lot of more damage. So I think that's gonna turn out better for Ash. Yorick finishing his Mana Moon Trinity Force is gonna do more damage than just a tanky Urgot. Yorick picks up the Glacial Shroud, probably gonna be the first Frozen Heart on their team. Meanwhile, Urgot finished the Frozen Heart. Ryze isn't, just built a Glacial Shroud for the cooldown reduction.
Yeah, at the moment, Reginald is kind of behind. And one thing that I just noticed is that what you have to consider is that a lot of farm in, well, not a lot of farm relatively, but there is some farm on Xpecial. Xpecial actually has 65 CS, and Lilac has 16 CS. So that means that the gold advantage of Western Wolves is more focused on the right people as well.
Yeah, as we already said, I mean, Ryze is behind on Cass. Urgot is behind on Ash, who almost has a double. Urgot has 172, Ash has 313. That's quite a lot. The farm from TSM lies a lot on the GP, but it's actually just the wrong person. Yorick behind by 100 CS, not that much actually, could have been worse, but his, as said before, his ulti is all what he's about. He just needs to stay alive, do some harassment, do some damage, but his ulti is the main key, and it's gonna double, or at least do it with 50% up on Ash. So Ash, yeah, it's gonna be a beast late game.
Yeah, and another thing that I also just realized, another thing playing into the gold advantage of Western Wolves is that Ash has her E, which gives her more money.
True.
It's not that much, but if you get one more gold on 300 CS, that's 300 gold.
There's some action going on.
And there's going to be an Ash arrow right now. Chaos getting Ash arrowed immediately. There's going to be a lot of damage going on. Lilac finally going down. He's going to be the first one. And Yamada Cannon is going to go down as well. Chaos is getting really close to death. He's going to go and pop his Guardian. Reginald really close to death. Is going to get away though, possibly. No, Tabs is going to pick him up, and Chaos goes down as well. That was a 2 for 4, and the only people they killed were Support and Yorick, and that's not the targets you want to kill.
Yeah, Yorick ulted Ash almost instantly. That damage was insane. For a second it looked great for TSM picking up someone, but the Urgot ult got cancelled by the Ash ult. Nice hit there. Then the surrender vote. TSM loses this game. Western Wolf will go ahead into the next round, the 8th round of Go4LoL 81st edition.
And I'm pretty sure that is the no, that's the semi-finals.
Yeah, I think it is.
Let me check. So yeah, basically, I think the team fights were mostly won by the fact that they had an earlier, and well, that's not what I wanted. Okay, here you go. By the fact that they have an earlier, and Erder was just so good in the team fights. Or not Erder. What? Yorick. I mean, his ultimate just won them team fights so much, and
yeah, it's really hard to focus a target down. You can try it with the Urgot ult, trying to displace him, but even if you focus it down, your ult on him will revive that person, will keep the presence from that person alive in the team fight for a set duration. I don't know how long a your ult lasts. I think it's something like 8 seconds, but that should be long enough for an Ashe to actually go through the enemy team without even the fear of dying. Already completed the Guardian Angel at the end as well, so had 3 revives, didn't even need a single one. Yorick and think it was Udyr dying eventually, but the Ashe and Cassiopeia just doing so much damage, going through the entire TSM lineup, only having Shyvana alive. But yeah, TSM surrendered from that, knowing that they were behind in team fights, and Jett gave up.
Yeah, I think the problem was for TSM mostly. I mean, they were pretty tanky, but they just didn't have the damage. Like, it's fun if you stay alive all the time, but if you do no damage for a long time, it doesn't really matter. And there was just so much damage from Tabs and Lord Anne. I think that just pretty much won them the team fight, especially considering they had 2 Lord Annes, thanks to that Yorick ultimate. Which is well played by Western Wolves as well. They were behind at the start, but they actually got back really well by playing the team fights almost perfectly. And that last team fight, the Ashe arrow on the Urgot ultimate was just amazing, and that pretty much won them the team fight because Chaos couldn't do any damage, and his suppress also stopped. And I don't know, the focus of TSM wasn't too good either. I mean, the last team fight they killed Lilac and Skullomania. I mean, sure, or not even Skullomania, Yamato Cannon. I mean, sure, kill the Yorick and kill the Soraka. We don't really care.
That's actually what they're there for. I mean, especially the Yorick. I think actually Udyr died at the end. I don't know.
No, it was
could
Yorick.
be that it was Soraka.
No, it was Yorick and Soraka.
Yorick died, but okay. So yeah. But Yorick, he doesn't care if he dies, as long as he's the focus instead of someone else, and manages to pop his ult before he dies on someone else. He's not gonna care that he dies.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously Darius farmed really well, but at the end of it, he had 338 farm, and Ashe had 326. So he actually caught up with Darius. So yeah, he wasn't ridiculously far ahead in farm anymore in the end, and he didn't have any MR as well, so he could just get focused by taps and insta die. Also, Reginald died every single team fight. Like, he was, or unless he like escaped, but he just got destroyed in team fights. He just stood in the middle of them and died. There was nothing he could do about it. So well played by Western Wolves, well played by TSM, but they got kind of outplayed.
Yeah, they got out laned actually. I mean, all lanes were losing in CS. In the eventually Rise not being able to match Casio in CS, Gangplank was ahead due to the swaps going on. Same with Urgot. Urgot having some nice action on bot lane with the ulti, then follow it up with a gank. That's really the strength of an Urgot in lane, but eventually fell short compared to the Ashe.
Yeah. So good game. Thanks for watching, everyone that's watching the video, and we will see you later.